Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Christopher, and this is the 2024 Star Wars Lego Advent Calendar. Now, I opened all of these up in the days leading up to Christmas. So obviously 24 days leading up to Christmas, so there were 24 figures or Lego mini builds that you could build in this calendar. And I just wanted to give my review of this calendar and kind of compare it to the Star Wars Funko Advent Calendar, which I opened up a couple years ago, and kind of put them up head to head because I still do have the miniature Funkos, like I guess they're pocket sized Star Wars Funko Pops that came in the Star Wars Advent Calendar, the Star Wars Funko Advent Calendar, and yeah, let's start by taking a look at the package for this one. So this is the package here, and they did a good job of keeping most of the mini builds and figures a secret. So I think in total there's 13 on the packaging that it shows, so the rest are still a mystery for you. So there's the front of the packaging there, the side, the other side, the top. There's the back before you fold down the flap. And both of the calendars, the Lego one, this one, and the Funko one, had the flap that you can fold down. You can check out my full review on the Star Wars Funko Advent Calendar in the description below. It'll be linked down there for you guys to check out. There's the inside flap, what it looks like for when you guys are opening these things. So that's the packaging there. Like I said, there's only like 13 figures slash mini builds that it shows, so it's not spoiling too much. It shows you what some of the ones that you are getting, which is cool because you do kind of want to see somewhat what's in here. So if you are interested, maybe you don't like certain characters or certain vehicles or whatever. So it is kind of nice to see some of them, but it didn't spoil too much. So like I said, less than half, which is good, or actually a little more than half, which is good. But that's the packaging there. Let's take a look at the mini builds that came in there. I honestly, if you want to see the day-by-day breakdown, check out my shorts. I did shorts for each of the mini builds for each day. But taking a look at the majority of them, my favorite ones are the minifigures. So let me show you the minifigures first. Alright, so like I said, the minifigures were my favorite part of the Star Wars Lego Advent Calendar for this year. This is the first year I opened up a Star Wars Lego Advent Calendar since starting to collect the Star Wars Lego, which again, something I said I wasn't gonna start collecting, and then yeah, now I'm down that rabbit hole. But I think my favorite is the Ahsoka Tano there. So she comes with both lightsabers. It looks like she's based off of the Mandalorian era Ahsoka with the gray outfit there. My next two favorite are probably the Luke and the Leia with the holiday sweaters. I like the details on the holiday sweaters there. So you got Luke with the Tatooine themed one and Leia with the Hoth themed one. So those are cool. Then you got the Praetorian Guard from the Mandalorian, the 501st Clone Trooper, which is a cool one, and then the Super Battle Droid. I love that because I feel like there's not too much representation as far as Super Battle Droids go. With a lot of stuff, I think we just got a Black Series figure this past year, or last year now. So yeah, that Super Battle Droid is very cool, very simple, and a lot of these builds were pretty simple for the most part. There were a couple that the instructions could have been better on, made a little bit clearer, but for the most part, they were all pretty simple. Now jumping into the mini builds that were my favorite, the majority of them were great. There were a couple that were kind of like, what are they? I was kind of confused what they were at first, and I had to do a little bit of research on what they were. And then when I saw what they were, they made sense. So obviously, I have some that are my favorite ones. I'll start with my least favorite ones. And again, I don't remember which days they were. If you want to see what days they were, check out my shorts. They'll be there each day when I open them. So my bottom four, and not in any particular order, Yoda's Jedi Starship. This one they did a pretty decent job. I feel like they could have done a little bit better job making it represent the ship a little bit better. This next one, which is the Havoc Marauder from the Bad Batch, like, it looks okay. Again, I think they could have done something a bit better to make it look like it represents the ship a little more. The next one is Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter, which I think the representation is there. Again, like maybe a little more dimension to it, perhaps. It looks a little too flat, in my opinion, but it does look decent. And then the last one, in my bottom four, at least, of my least favorite ones, was this one. The ship from Young Jedi Adventures. I can't remember the name of it again. But at first, I didn't know what this was. I had to do a little bit of research and a little bit of digging. Again, maybe a little more dimension to it would have been a little bit better. But like seeing it compared to the ship, they did do a decent job on it. So like I don't hate any of these builds. Just those were my least favorite of them. Moving on to a couple other ones I didn't really know what they were. Bo-Katan's Gauntlet Starfighter. Again, if it had a little more dimension, like a little more height, maybe it would have made it a little bit better. But I guess they only make them with so many pieces. But like this one, I didn't know what it was at first, and then I did a little bit of research and asking around, and yeah, that's Bo-Katan's Gauntlet Starfighter. Moving into all the ones I did like, and I'll try and go in order of the ones like I'll leave my favorite mini builds for last. These next ones are all pretty solid. So starting with the U-Wing, this one was a nice one from Rogue One, and I do like that they tried to put in something from each of the Star Wars movies or shows or something. So there's the U-Wing. I think they did a pretty decent job on that one. Maybe a little bit more height would have been better, but I think they did a decent job on that one. Vader's Castle was a cool one to get. That one looks pretty cool. So there's Vader's Castle from Mustafar. What next? This one was a favorite of mine. One of my top five maybe. The mini kit from the Lego mini game or Lego Star Wars games there. So love that. That was great. The TIE Fighter and X-Wing were really cool. So the X-Wing has the wings that fold out into the X-Wing pattern, the attack pattern. And the TIE Fighter as well looks very cool. So those ones were cool. Again, Y-Wing was very awesome. That one, I feel like that was a decent build. It represents the ship pretty well. So next mini build was the AT-AT Walker, and this one I thought was pretty decent. I like the parts that they used to make the legs and stuff. So I think it's pretty cool, and the head swivels up and down. So that's pretty cool too. So that's why that one's up there on my list. I don't know. The next ones are in no particular order. I'm gonna say my favorite 2, 3 for the last. The Razor Crest is a great one. Loving the look of that. The Ghost I thought was really good. I thought that was a really nice job of building the Ghosts there. The Falcon, of course, the Millennium Falcon was a nice build as well. Looks resembles the Falcon pretty good, as do the majority of these later ones here. The Republic cruiser or whatever ship this was from the Clone Wars and Episode 3 and stuff. I can't remember the name of the ship right now, but it's the Republic cruiser ship there. So that one's a really good, really decent build, and I think it resembles the ship as well. And then my favorite 2 are the Jabba skiff, or not the Jabba skiff, the Jabba sail barge there, which I think turned out really, really well, and the Luke's land speeder with the little 1x1 round pieces to make up Luke Skywalker and C-3PO there. So I thought these 2 were my favorite, but overall, like, they were all really, really decent builds, and the minifigures were all great. The minifigures, like I said, were my favorite out of this Star Wars Lego Advent Calendar. So, like, even the ones that weren't the greatest, I still really liked, compared to the Funko Star Wars Advent Calendar. Let's jump into that. Because there's a lot more that I didn't like in this Advent Calendar, and when I say I didn't like them, like, they're really bad. There's some that are really, really bad. There's some that are okay, and then some that are good. But compared to the Lego Advent Calendar, the Lego Advent Calendar had a lot more that I liked, and even the ones that weren't as good, I still liked. So, yeah, let's talk about the ones that are really awful. So, these red and green color schemed pops, or pocket pops, or bitty pops, whatever they are, Um, yeah, these are just really bad. They're just lazy. They painted them red and green. Like, I get the red and green color scheme because they're festive, they're Christmassy, but they're not that great. So those are my least favorite. The next two that are my least favorite are these two, Han and Leia in blue and white. That's not even festive. I mean, I get Leia has the snowflakes on her, but they're not that festive. They're pretty bad. The next ones, I'm gonna go with these kind of trans blue, the clear ones, the Force Ghost or hologram or whatever you want to call them, hologram ones. They're okay. They're decent. Like, I don't mind these ones, but they're not great. I feel like they could have done something better with them. So Funko, you do need to do better with the next advent calendar you do. The next couple, these two are okay. Again, the red and green, but Luke's holding a candy cane instead of a lightsaber, so I do like that. That's why he's a little bit higher. The Leia, she's kind of plain, but the red and white kind of give more White Christmas vibes. If you've seen the White Christmas movie, let me know down in the comments. Classic movie, but those two are okay. The next ones, although I really despise the full size version of these pops, these snowman pops. They're not that bad. So in this pocket size snowman Funkos, um, these ones aren't too bad. I do actually like how they look in the pocket size. The pocket size snowman pops. So you got Darth Vader, Stormtrooper, R2, another Darth Vader with the glitter, which is cool. And the glitter, if they had done the glitter on all of them, it kind of makes it look more like snow. So I do like that treatment better. And then we got ones that we didn't get in the full size. So we got a Darth Maul, which is cool, and the BB-8, and then the C-3PO. So those are all cool. I like how they look in the pocket size. As full size pops, they're god awful. But yeah, if you're gonna continue them Funko, do the glitter. The glitter makes it look more like snow for sure. Um, and then moving into the ones that were really well done. They're my favorite. And again, like the for the Funko calendar, the Funko Advent calendar, the ones that I dislike, they're bad. They're not great. Whereas like the Lego Star Wars Advent calendar, even though they weren't as good, I still like them. So the ones, these are my top ones. So the Chewbacca with the lights, the Yoda with the Santa hat, C-3PO with the Santa outfit, R2 with the antlers and the lights there, and then the Chewbacca with the present, and he's flocked. So gotta love that guy. So those are the ones out of the Funko Advent calendar from a couple years ago, and Funko hasn't updated their Advent calendar yet, which I'm not really shocked by this. They're not really great at getting stuff done on time lately. They're slowly getting better with some releases of Star Wars Funko Pops, but we need an updated Star Wars Funko Advent calendar with some better stuff in it, because I don't know, half of it is straight up garbage. They're bad. They're not great, and the other ones, the other half, they're okay to good at best. Whereas the Lego Advent calendar was, 90% of it was great, and even the stuff that was just okay, I still enjoyed. I still like it, and the only reason I don't like them as much is because they could have done something more to make them look more like the ships. But the Lego Advent calendar is the winner here for me. I will take a Lego Star Wars Advent calendar over a Star Wars Funko Pop calendar any day until the Funko one gets better. But let me know what you think of both the Star Wars Lego Advent calendar from this year and the Star Wars Funko Advent calendar. Let me know which one you would choose down in the comments. And then if you want to check out some more of my Star Wars Funko reviews, click over here.